Perfect. So tell me a little bit about what you do.
Um, Private trainer, been a trainer for over 30 years now, and I train everyone from the pro athlete to the soccer mom. All in a nutshell, really simple.
Very good. And what got you into wanting to become a trainer?
Years ago, I was training for the Olympics, and I was in actually really good shape. And a guy, when I worked at a gym part time, said to me, "Hey, I want to come train with you." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "I just want to do what you do to look the way you do." And to me, it was a different concept. And this is in the early 90s. And he said, "Do you know what a personal trainer is?" I was like, "I have no idea what that is." And so he explained it to me. And at that time, there wasn't really too much of research you can do, but celebrities had personal trainers, like they had private chefs and drivers. And that was the status of a trainer. And I was like, wow, that's quite interesting that people pay you to show them how to work out. I was just like, wow, that's like giving people water for free. To me, like they pay you for water. It's like, so I basically just pursued that avenue as in part-time while I was a phys ed major in school teaching. And then it just kind of like, I don't want to say just kind of came naturally, where it was just very easy for me to connect with people and to help them just get in better shape for themselves.
It's incredible. And how did you go about your training? Did you go to a special program or how did you do it?
Well, I took a lot of the stuff I had previously, my own from playing high school sports, started for football, track and field, wrestling, then went on to, majoring in phys ed in college, and then learning about the human body, anatomy, physiology, biology, blah, blah, blah. So like all the years of schooling put in there. Plus I was very athletic. So doing different sports and then basically excelling in gymnastics. And I picked up swimming and just, interacting with different people. Then that's when training schools started to come out. Like there was ACE and ISSA and certifying everybody. I got certified from ISSA in 91. That's how long ago it was. And some of them were gimmicks. They were it was like when people wanted to be bartending, like bartending schools kind of a thing. And I saw it as a gimmick. So ISA stood out a little bit with ACE because they had a lot of fitness professionals from Tom Platz, who started, and he was at the, in the caliber of Arnold Schwarzenegger for bodybuilding, things like that, of that nature, compared to like mom and pop things that just came in, hey, pay us $200 and we'll give you a certificate in a weekend, and then you became a trainer. And that just became like a revolving door, so to speak, in the late 90s, where, it was just like a scam. I'm like, all right, bartending didn't work out for me. I'm going to become a trainer, and then I'm still going to try to be an actor and a singer kind of thing. And I saw that whole transition of everybody and your mom was a trainer. Just because you have a good body doesn't make you a great trainer. There's a lot of education that goes behind it. And then, getting my master's in exercise phys after I got my major, my BA in phys ed. So a lot of that, and then interacting with different people helped develop me into what I am now.
That's incredible. Wow. And I saw that you also train a lot of celebrities. What's that like?
They're quiet. They're just people like everyone else. They just want their privacy. And it just starts where one celebrity will come into, because I have my studio in Tribeca, New York, and been there since 2003. And people just wander on by. They're like, okay, I see so-and-so come out. And, they tell other friends. And that's the way how my business first started. It was just by referrals. And I wasn't about photos. I wasn't about like paparazzi or going to parties and anything else like that. And they like that when people are just genuine, down to earth. And that was the whole thing where they started to come, and, they still continue to come, I would like to say. And, just kind of like I come in to work out, and I don't have to worry about anyone pitching to me about some show idea or a script they write or what do I do for acting, anything else like that. Because it gets to be a pain in the butt for them, where people constantly keep bombarding them with, hey, what about this idea? What about that idea? Same with my CEO. So like, I come here for an hour just to relax and think about, how am I going to survive an hour with this guy?
Yeah. And what would you say was the biggest challenge about coming up with programs for people?
Their ability. A lot of people don't give themselves enough encouragement and their ability to do something. A lot of things are hard for them, and they want to quit. and I don't allow them to do so. So we have to, it's like climbing a ladder, one step at a time, one rung at a time. So we gradually build our way up. And every day that they train with me, or every other day, their workout is different. Because I tell everyone, I'm going to work on your weak spots or your weakest points. And I'm not going to basically let you, just go through like a so-so workout or whatever, just go through the motions. Like every day we're going to sweat, we're going to run, we're going to swim, we're going to do just different things that they're not used to. And that's the whole thing of a challenge. And then when people basically reach that goal, or feel like they feel good when they challenge and they succeeded in that challenge, it just makes them feel much better about themselves.
Wow. And what advice would you give to someone that wants to start a training program on their own? Because obviously not everyone can get to you. So what advice would you be able to give them?
Oh yeah, that's easy. There's lots of stuff now with YouTube and Instagram and everything else like that. Just be careful, avoid a lot of scams. And remember, every diet program or workout is not maybe your cup of tea, so to speak. So don't be afraid to change it after a while if you feel like this isn't really working for you. Also, know your limitations. Don't try and do a triathlon if you never swam before. Okay, but don't try and all of a sudden I want to become like a Tour de France rider, riding a bike. You buy all the gear and everything else like that. If you have nowhere really to get up at 5 a.m. and cycle for 3 hours, just know your limitations. Very important. And the best way I tell everyone, just get started. Think about when you were a kid, and that was the premise of the book I wrote called Natural Strength. It's getting back to your inner child. When you went out just to play, think of what you like to do to play. If it's basketball, golf, gardening, anything, just housework. As I tell everyone, exercise is just getting yourself moving. So that's something to keep you going. And we all definitely know what it's like to do housework and you sweat. You're like, man, I'm working here. I tell everyone, I work washing my dogs. It's like, my God, I'm working up a sweat. But that's the whole thing for people to get started. The key is don't overwhelm yourself with too much and just start. Small little steps, small little goals.
Okay, but first of all, we got to stop talking about exercising and ask the most important question. What kind of dogs?
Okay, I have a Great Pyrenees, I have an Alaskan Malamute, and then I have a Lab Mix.
So cute, so cute. I love it.
I'm surprised it's not in my office now bothering me. One is actually sitting here down by my feet.
That's the way to have it. I'm at my mom's and her dogs are in the other room being quiet. And then she has her cat. So yes, I love animals. So yeah, and you're right. Walking them, that's what a lot of people don't always get. The fact that anything can be an exercise. It doesn't necessarily have to be going to the gym or lifting weights or something.
That is actually true. Back to the other note, I had a cat for 14 years. He was my best friend through college, everything. It was so sad. I was like, when he passed away, I was like, oh, Yeah, he was like my best friend in the world. Just lay on my chest when I had a hard day. I was tired. He was like, oh, okay, let's hang out. It's just like pets teach people a lot of responsibility. And like you said, exercise. You have to walk them every day. So you're going out at least 10 to 20 minutes a day, sometimes a half an hour. And you run around, play tag with them. Like, it gets you just moving. And most people hate it. Yeah, it's raining, it's snowing out, and stuff like that. But you enjoy it. Like, it's great with my big dogs. That's why I always love big dogs. Like, when it snows, we go wrestle in the snow, which is a lot of fun. It's a pain in the
It's true.
So.
It's very true, but I love it. I can't imagine living without animals. It's crazy.
I always wanted a horse farm. I wanted a big farm or a ranch with horses and have dogs and stuff like that, just run around, hang out. That's like my dream, just to be somewhere in a castle off the coast of Spain or something, horses and everything else. But anyway, that's a different note.
Yes. So that's a good way to get started, just doing something that you like. I never thought of looking back to when you were a kid and doing things that you like. That's a good idea. That's a really good tip. I like that.
I'm glad you do.
Yeah. And what's your favorite workout?
I love to actually swim. So I do what is known as a run, swim, run. So I'll run about a mile, swim a mile, then run a mile back. It depends on the mood I'm in. I like to bike, mix it up. My workouts are very diverse. So there's certain things I like to do, and then there's some workouts that I know I have to do, and I hate it. And that's basically when I have to really put in my cardio. I'm like, oh, but you feel so much better afterwards. But I tell everyone, a nice mix of strength training, core training, cardio, anything you can just mix up a little bit. And it doesn't take a long period of time. I say if you can do just 30 minutes every other day of some sort of workout, you're fine.
That's good to know. That's very good to know. And do you also do diet training or anything like that, or nutrition?
I do give people nutritional plans. Sometimes I tell everyone, like, my main goal was, as an athlete, was never to be like, oh, I need to lose weight. I always worked out so I can eat whatever I wanted. That's a key thing.
Same.
Yeah, exactly. But that's honesty. Like, not everyone wants to be an athlete, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And honestly, you have to be honest with yourself. Like, I love cinnamon rolls, cookies, Doritos, a Pepsi, an ice cold pizza. Everyone loves their go-to food. If you had a really good week and you worked out hard, reward yourself with that meal. Don't go crazy. Just have it once, and then that's it. And that's your reward.
I think that's a good way to look at it, because a lot of people are like, you only need to be clean or organic or this or that. And I like the way you put it.
Well, you know what you like and you don't like. It's like telling somebody, I'm sorry, you can never have ice cream again. They're going to go nuts. It's just like, it's like the whole thing when I tell people, when you go out and drink, you like your alcohol, you like to socialize, that's fine. Just do it in moderation. So instead of 5 drinks, have 2.5 if you can. Still socialize to your thing. You still have your favorite drink, because there's nothing better when you get done working out and it's a hot day and you got through working out and you open up the fridge and you drink your favorite thing of cold water or iced tea, whatever. And you just, once you finish drinking, you go, oh, that's the feeling you want to have. And that's how that meal feels with you. Like, you're cheating. You're like, I worked hard to have this slice of pizza. I deserve it. That piece of cake, I deserve it. And that's the best thing, rewarding yourself without you going through a binge thing. That stops you from binge eating. People don't understand that. By rewarding yourself, you're not going to go and eat an entire packet of cookies because you have binge it because you haven't had it. So instead of getting 1 or 2 in moderation, this gets rid of that feeling of binging.
Exactly. And I like the way you put that. And what else would you like to tell for people that want to start a new workout plan or start getting a healthier lifestyle?
Make a plan. It's very important. Plan it out, what you want to do, days of the week, hours, so you can set that time. I tell everyone early in the morning is best because no one else is going to bother you. No one's up at 6 a.m, ringing your phone, or meetings pop up. Also, with the plan comes with you having the mental ability to say, I'm going to go through this. It's raining out. It's cold. It's hot. I'm going to go to the gym or do my workout at home. You have to get up and get started. Swimmers have a saying. You go to the pool deck, you put your foot in the pool, it's freezing cold, the water. You jump in. You have to swim to get warm. It's just that simple. So you have to get started. So think of it every day, you jumping into that pool, let me get going. It's going to warm your body up and get you going. And a lot of us keep that mental block in our head about, oh, I'm just tired. We procrastinate all the time. If you can, get a workout buddy, get a friend of yours to help you. That's going to help motivate you also. That's very important that you keep yourself surrounded by people who are going to motivate you as entrepreneurs. That's what most entrepreneurs do, and business people. They surround themselves with good, positive people thinking the way they do. So the same thing with working out. Think around people with you who want and enjoy, to work out as well.
Nice. And one thing I like to do with people I interview is tell me a fun fact about yourself that might surprise people.
I love junk food. Love gummy bears. Lufthansa Lounge has the best gummy bears in the world.
Gonna check it out. I'm gonna definitely check it out. And since we're a TV site too, what are you watching on TV these days?
Nothing really. I usually catch a series here and there on Netflix. I mean, there's so much now bombarded on Roku channel, Netflix, Amazon Prime. So I actually been catching myself doing a lot of old movies, North by Northwest, Breakfast at Tiffany's, old 1950s movies, which are kind of cool.
That's amazing. Yeah, did you do the AFI 100 best movies list?
No, not at all. It kind of, like my wife loves Audrey Hepburn, so we watch a lot of Audrey Hepburn movies. And then, Clark Gable, Fred Astaire. It's interesting at that time, when you think of it, musicals were there for people. There was no TV at home. So you went to the movies to watch cartoons in between, like where we have trailers now. And you went there to feel good. You went there to feel, when's the last time you saw a movie that inspired you or made you feel, you left that theater feeling, wow, I was really entertained. That was a really good movie. Not many people can say that. And, I tell people, what's a movie you can watch over and over again? For me, guilty pleasure, Pretty Woman. Love Pretty Woman. Can't go wrong with that movie.
It's a good one. That is a good one. Haven't seen it in a very long time, but it's a good movie. Great. And where can people follow you on social media?
They can go to my IG account, which is Oscar_OD Studio. My Twitter is O_Diesel. And I think I have a Facebook page, OD Studio too.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today. I really appreciate you.
No, thank you so much. And again, if anyone wants, my book is out on Amazon called Natural Strength. You can get it. It has workouts in there for you. Little tips, some diet plans as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you and stay safe.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.